afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how-to style. And now we are talking about natural hair care. So I had a request to do my henna strengthening tea rinse or leave-in. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So before we make this henna strengthening tea, I just want to go over the 3 simple ingredients that you will need. So of course, the first one is henna. Now I was introduced to henna, I would probably say around 2018 when I started doing a lot of research when I had my setback and I was trying to figure out how to strengthen my hair. Henna is strengthening. It is considered an Indian Ayurvedic herb. I love it. There are so many different things that you can use it for, but for this purpose, we're going to be using it to strengthen our hair. The next one is going to be amla. It's amla powder. That is also an Indian Ayurvedic herb, and it's going to be the exact same thing. It has a lot of vitamins and is also going to help strengthen your hair. And then the last one is going to be brahmi, another Indian Ayurvedic herb, and it's going to help us with the exact same thing, which is the strengthening of our hair and our hair follicle and our hair shaft. One thing that I will say about henna and this tea is whenever you're going to use it, make sure that you are not wearing clothes that you don't too much care for, because henna does stain. So you can either wear a shirt that you don't really care if it gets messed up, or you can just put a towel around your shoulders. And then the other thing that I do want to bring to your attention as far as henna is concerned, a lot of people use henna to dye their hair because you can dye it, especially when it comes to gray. But one of the things that I love about henna is that while it is strengthening your hair, it is actually coating your hair. So if you have not split ends, but if you have like a couple of holes or you have some weak points in your hair, the henna will actually attach to that and it will again make your hair stronger. So let's go ahead and get into how to make the henna strengthening tea. So you will need a cup, amla, brahmi, and of course henna. Applicator bottle or spray bottle, rubber band, and cheesecloth. Pour some water in a pot, and you're going to bring it to right before it boils. It doesn't have to be piping hot. Pour the water in the cup. Now take a spoon. So we're going to be using 1 teaspoon of henna. Put it in the cup. So for the other 2, we're going to use a half of teaspoon. So for example, if you were to use a tablespoon of henna, you would use a teaspoon of amla and brahmi. So now we're just going to mix. And the consistency should be pretty watery. You don't want it to be like thick like a mask. You want it to be very watery. Now we're going to let sit for 12 to 24 hours. Okay, and as you can see, the color has changed slightly, so we know that it's ready. Put just the cheesecloth over. You're going to use your rubber band to secure the cheesecloth. Don't do this. You will make a complete mess. Get something that actually has a spout like what I'm using now. And you're just going to let it drain. So now really quickly, I just kind of want to show you what we're leaving behind. We don't want that in our hair. So now you're just going to collect, pull it up with the rubber band, and then you're going to put it in the sink. Or if you use a cheesecloth every single application, then you can throw it away. So this is what we are left with. And we're going to pour it into our applicator bottle or our spray bottle. So just a couple of quick things when you are using this tea. Like I said before, make sure that when you are applying this, that you are wearing clothing that you don't too much care for, because it can stain. Now, you can either use this as a rinse, and like I've said before, I like to keep it very simple. So you can either wash your hair and then use this as a mask and then apply your conditioner, rinse, and then style. Or you can really use it maybe 2 or 3 times a week. It just depends on you. Now, also, you saw that I actually added lavender. Make sure that whenever you are using some type of natural, especially a natural hair thing that you have made, make sure you're adding some type of antimicrobial or some type of antifungal. It can be lavender, peppermint, or tree oil. Just make sure you're adding a couple of oils because you want to keep it fresh. You don't want any mold or any fungus to start growing. Also, whenever you are using this as a rinse or just a daily addition to your hair regimen, make sure that you are following up with a conditioner. While henna is very strengthening, it can also be very drying. So make sure that whenever you apply this, or if you are doing a henna mask, please make sure that you are adding some type of moisture after you have done your application. I just want to remind you that here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And then, of course, right here, I'll put my Instagram handle. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Bye.